over disciplines. Maybe back to happen long jump. Very famous mother, by the way, who won international medals in the 200 meters. Ingeborg, another Austrian long jumper over here.
Sie ist die Jahresbeste Europäerin in der AUT. Hier ist Christina Zavarova. Wir freuen uns auf eine starke Ungarin, Bestleistung 6,75 Meter.
And it's 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Thank you very much to everybody is joining us today live from St. Pölten, Austria, to the Liese-Prokop-Memorial, the 18th edition of this meet at the capital and largest city of Lower Austria. It's actually celebrating its 40th anniversary of being the capital of Lower Austria. It is Austria's youngest state capital. It is uniquely blends ancient history dating back to the Roman era, by the way, as is this meet for the 18th consecutive time in a row. Well, here is once again the timetable we have got coming up also on the European Athletics channel. Long jump women's starting within the next few minutes, followed by the men's 110-meter hurdles finals at 4:30, at 4:45. Women's 100-meter hurdles final, and then followed by the 100-meter heats. Men and women 800-meter we still got going on tonight. Women's javelin throw, as well as the 100-meter finals and men's triple jump. So thank you very much also for everybody who is joining us on this Thursday, June 4th afternoon on the European Athletics channel and on the respective YouTube broadcast.
Hopefully within this next half an hour before the next hurdles finals, we can try and get one or two of the athletes to come and have a bit of an interview with us. I went for a quick check then, but a lot of them are warming down out on the warm-up track, and I was chasing up Anja Dlaue after her sensational 400-meter hurdle race, but she's currently in the doping control room, so we'll have to wait for her to finish her doping test, and hopefully we can catch an interview with her and get her thoughts on how the race went in that magnificent 400-meter hurdle race earlier on.
It's a standard that all the athletes have to fulfill once you break a national record within the next 24 hours. In case there is no doping control available somewhere or whatever, you're not picked, then you have to file in a test within 24 hours. But there is something going on here, so everything is said and done. Probably within the next 60 minutes or so everything will be finalized.
While we're trying to chase up some athletes, of course, as you see on screen, we still have this women's long jump taking place.
I've barely actually seen athletes on the infield with an umbrella on a sunny day. Just saying. Long jump has not always been in the program of the Liese-Prokop-Memorial, but as we could already hear, placed in German in the very background of this field. Out of the 9 competitors, we have a few very strong performances, especially Kristina Zaharova from the Czech Republic, born in the year of 2009, just turned 17 years old. And this year with a performance of 6 meter and 24. And we do have, representing the Ukraine, Irina Budzinska, who set 6 meters and 82 this season. It's a very famous man actually that we just had here on the camera, Christian Taylor, a double Olympic champion that now works with the Austrian Federation.
That's correct, he's a jump coach here with the Austrian Federation, and of course his wife Beata is the meeting director from this meeting.
Not here today actually, I think, because
no.
She will give birth, right?
She will very shortly, yes. So I'm not quite sure of the exact date, but she's definitely she's taking a break from her commitments of what she has as the coaching director of athletics Austria because she is on official maternity leave now, so it's probably not long. Just notice from the women's hurdle race that the second heat, the results, the first 3 times is 13.00, 13.03, 13.09. So very close. With 4th place was 13.19, and that was the last qualifier. No, I had one more, 13.31. But first 7 qualifiers are all within 0.2 of a second. So that's setting up for a very interesting final coming up shortly. So 7 athletes all within 0.2 of a second. Ingeborg Grunwald, another one of the Austrian athletes there with Christian.
Kristina Saurova, that's the name that I've just been talking about before. 6:24 this season for the 17-year-old Czech athletes. The first jump. It's 9 athletes competing in the women's long jump, which means that only one will only have 3 attempts, as the top 8 will advance to the top 8, therefore with 6 attempts fulfill the event. Well, there's a little bit of a gap in the schedule as of right now. Also, there will be no victory ceremonies coming up. We've got long jump going on until the men's 110-meter hurdles will start at 4:32, followed at 4:45 by the women's 100-meter hurdles final, and then at 5 p.m. the 100-meter heats. It's a quite stretched out timetable. We shall see if we can get any athletes over here for some input on the microphones. Jana Lesti from Hungary. A few years ago, she PR'd with a 6:75 and 6:28. It was already her performance of this season. If you have a look at the standard chart of the European Athletics Association, how to make it to the European Championship, then in women's long jump it's 6:77 or the top 30 performances. Well, now we can have a debate on who is on what position in the list currently, but there will be so many meets coming up just in June that those lists and the positions, of course, in the top list in the European one will frequently change. So to give you a broad overview of what's coming up here on European athletics meets in June. Just had yesterday, Philothea, Greece, the Pavo Nurmi Games just happened. Actually, on this weekend, there's also the European Off-Road Championships in Garnik, Slovenia going on, and in Kladno, the World Athletics Continental Tour Bronze meeting is coming up. Meeting in Nice, France, Bari, Greece, the Golden Fly Series in Innsbruck, Austria, Sollentuna, Sweden, Lithuania, the Cosmo Cup in Palanga is coming up on June 17th. Malaga, a very strong international field, especially for runners, will be coming up on June 18th. Double day in Essen on June 20th and 21. The track night in Vienna, the Copenhagen Athletics Games on the 22nd of June. The Brno Games in the Czech Republic on June 25th. On the same day, the Grand Slam Jerusalem. June 28th, the meeting international Troyes Ob in Troyes, France will be held at the very end of June. This will put, of course, the ranking a little bit on top, or will switch its positions.
schwierig von da, weil es sind Fotografen auch.
Petra Banidi Farkas, the second Hungarian in this field. Alongside with Irina Bojinska from the Ukraine, the favorite in the women's long jump in this discipline. Especially because she also PR'd this season, 6:78 so far for the Hungarian. She's getting close there, but still, it's only jump number 1, but going clearly over the 6-meter mark to 6:20 should be by far enough to make it to the top 8 and give her full 6 attempts in the women's long jumps. Irina Bojinska, 6:82.
She looks very happy with that jump. I think that could take her to the lead. So that's the last jumper from this opening round.
25 years of age. The 6:82 is actually the 12th best mark in this season worldwide. 6.66 is his first mark for her. This might already be, I'm sorry to say it, enough for the win, at least for the second place, I believe, with a very, very strong opening jump of the Ukrainian.
Interesting to note as well that 4 of the 9 jumpers had absolutely 0 wind, and only 3 of the jumpers had a headwind, which was 0.01. The others are 0.4 is the strongest tailwind. And of course, they are jumping in the opposite direction than what our sprints are going in, but the wind seems to be dropping at the moment.
Here's the victory ceremony of the top 3 of the men's discus throw. Third place for Muhammad Irfan Jamusin from Malaysia, 59.08 meters. Second place for Marius Kargas from Germany, 62.79. The Austrian Lucas was hiding with his next win. I believe it's victory number 6 for the 34-year-old Austrian with 63.68 meters. On the right side here you can see the president of the Austrian Athletics Federation, Sonja Spendelhofer, and on the left side this is Mr. Ali Firat, the sports advisor of the city of St. Pölten, the place where this meeting is held. He's had a long career already. Lucas was hiding with his big first international appearance, 2015, followed by his first Olympic Games in Rio de Janeiro 2016. Well, I guess they're going to repeat this long jump since there was somebody disturbing here. The very start of the second row of jumps, the women's long jump. Well, weather is pretty nice. Oh, have a look at this. Athletes giving all the craft. Still a thing, and it's very nice that a lot of young athletes are getting inspired here by the professional athletes who maybe knows had been in the same place 10, 15, 20 years ago watching athletics as well here in Austria. So they only meet in a similar category to this that they're having on Austrian soil. Coming up as well on the 20th of June is the Track Night Vienna. The race only for running events. Then on July 1st there will be silver meet as well in Eisenstadt. Raiffeisen Open it's called, sponsored by one of Austria's largest bank institutions. with usually very, very fast sprint times. Round number 2. Know your body from Austria in the women's long jump. Leading in round number 1 is Irina Budzinska, 6.66. Petra Banhidi-Farkas, 6.20. After round 1, Inni Dangelmeier, 6.17. Ingeborg Grünwald from Austria, 5.92. Diana Lesti, 5.81. Christiana Krivko, 5.74. Sarah Dagsburg, 5.53. Kristina Shahorova, 5.48. Moyo Bardi, no valid attempt so far.
I must correct myself from before. They are actually jumping in the same direction this year as the sprinters are running in. So any tailwind that they're getting at the moment is going to be helpful for the sprinters and the hurdlers, with the finals coming up very shortly. Jana Krivka there. Very good high jumper in the previous years, but now is changing focus slightly. He's doing some more long jumping and running, and possibly looking at going back to multi-events. She started her junior career. Of course, in the events coming up later on, from the Austrian point of view, Magdalena Lindner will be running in the 100 meters along with Isabel Posch. Carolina Bredlinger will start in the 800 meters. Marcus Fuchs along with Lucas Brunig will be running in the 100 coming up. Victoria Hudson will be throwing in the javelin, making her season debut. I believe she could be a non-starter today. She was on the entry list, but she may not be here. We'll have to just wait and see there.
Also just read the message or the news in the morning, not competing. Unfortunately, tried it out in a few training sessions, but then she postponed her season start to the end of July. So 7 more weeks at least of training, and I guess when the Nationals weekend is coming up, she will step into the season, more or less only 3 weeks before the European Championships. Well, sometimes you have to make tough decisions. Training always goes first, health goes first, and she has a title to defend at the end of the day.
That's right. It's always, people often say it's harder to defend a title than to win a title. So a little bit added pressure on Victoria this year to try and defend her European Championships.
Second jump of Annie Dangelmeyer, 6.17. Steps a little over the German athlete from the LAZ Rede. And we keep on going over round number 2 with Petra Panidi-Farkas also with a non-valid attempt. So the 6-meter-20 mark from attempt number 1 stays within the results book so far. And after 3 jumps, 1 out of the 9 athletes will get kicked out of the event so far and will get the 9th place. Irina Budzinska, the Ukrainian champion from last year, is the only one remaining in round number 2 with a very great opening jump already of 6 meters and 66. And now you can see in the background now there is minus 0.5 again. A win that we have seen here throughout the day. She seems to be in pretty great shape.
Looked very good on the board, very close, so she's not giving away much centimeters, and once again is out around that 6.5 meters, maybe a little bit more. It's very hard to tell from the angle we're on, but good take off the leg shoot there. The leg extension before the landing was very good. She seemed to like it. As soon as she landed, she knew it was a good jump. 6.65.
Well, it's just 1 centimeter behind her still leading mark of 6.66. And we're going to start over. Isabella Daxberg from Austria. 9 athletes in this women's field. And coming up in around 7 minutes, men's 110-meter hurdles final.
Sarah, she's an under 20 athlete, so it's one of the younger ones in the competition here. .553 was the only valid attempt in the second round. She improves that now to 561, puts her in 7th position. She needs to hold that position to safely make it through to the final 3 rounds. Pressure is really on here with Moira Barty. She's had 2 jumps that have been invalid, so she has no mark on the board. She has to get over 546 to at least be a chance of getting 3 more attempts. We have a tough situation this when you've got 2 invalid jumps. But that looked okay, and it's out around the 650 mark. Just going to put her up near the top of the table.
Geil, danke.
Just happy with that. 623 puts her into 2nd place.
And by 1 centimeter actually, it's a new personal best for her on very home soil.
With the pressure jump of having to produce after 2 invalids.
Well, Coach Christian Taylor probably very happy in this very moment. Another PR and another personal, most groundbreaking performance of an Austrian athlete here at the Liese-Prokop-Memorial.
Christiana Krivka, 5.74 with her opening round performance. Just had to chop her strides a little bit at the end there. Gave away a little bit on the board there, more towards the back of the takeoff board. So 5.70 is that attempt, so 5.74 will remain her best, but she is safely through to the next 3 rounds. Just Kristina Sahorova is currently in 9th. She's the only one that can upset these ones above her to get through to the final 3. But while we wait for her to jump, Ingeborg Grunwald also looking to go up around the 6 meter mark. She opened with a 5.92. So 5.88 for Ingeborg's 3rd round attempt.
Well, within the next few moments, there will be starting a very quick event, the 110 meters hurdles final. Let's see if somebody's getting close to the European fastest time of the year, which currently stands at 13.22, held by Michael Obaizouyi from Belgium and performed on the 23rd of May in Brussels. For the Austrian Enzo Diesel, who is currently on the 12th place in the European list with his time of 13.38, just put him in the 8th position. And of course, his big goal is at least making it to the European final in Birmingham in August.
So you can see there, Kristina Sahorova, she had a 5.58 for her 3rd attempt, and unfortunately for her, that was 3 centimeters too short to get into the next round. So see that she's visibly upset there, not going through and having some more attempts. That finalizes the top 8 to go through the next round, but we still have 4 jumpers to complete this 3rd round of the women's long jump here at the Sport Union Liese-Prokop-Memorial of 2026.
Christopher, ich muss hier weg. Bin ich eh nicht live?
Für das erste große Kurzsprint-Finale des heutigen Tages. Das sind 110 Meter Hürde.
First big sprint final of this Liese-Prokop-Memorial is coming up right now, the men's 110 meter hurdles. And in the middle you see the central performer probably of this race, Enzo Diesel, Olympian, under 18 European Championship participant, European champion in the under 20 category as well as in the under 23, is competing alongside with pretty fast athletes, but still he is the favorite of this race. Balinceles, Daniel Esches, Peter Davids, we see Stefan Folzer, Jonas Kolmaschik, and then also of course Eli Bakari, who is part of this race. They have met, of course, each other many times already in international races on big soils. Lane number 4 again for Enzo Diesel from Austria. 13.38 in the heats in the prelims for this final. Just 0.21 seconds away from his personal best. And his season best here on home soil. He won last year with a standard that he does not need to perform anymore today because he's already settled in for the European Championships. Stefan Folzer in the red jersey from Germany, on lane number 2, and on the inside, former under-18 European champion from Hungary, Daniel Esches. Lane 5 for Eli Bakari from Belgium. His personal best, 13.30 seconds, 13.48. His season best, Diesel, a tenth of a second faster. The Austrian in the black jersey in lane number 4. With an incredibly strong finish in the heats, the last 3 hurdles and especially the last few meters, he left Bakari clearly behind. Men's 110-meter hurdles finals. And I think we can expect once again a very fast time here in St. Pölten. Did you see anything there?
I did see nothing, but let's have a look at the replay here. No.
I mean, one has to have a very close and detailed look to find something in here, but there is this system and the officials, the only ones who are given the information.
I mean, they have more information than what we have, but from what I saw, I can't see a false start. Let's see what card they reach for. Here we go. Gone into his folder. Like a red. Oh, he's gone behind the red. It's okay.
Because no athlete truly was struggling, but means that the coordinator is going towards Eli Bakari from Belgium. Well, let's give it another try for the men's 110-meter hurdles final. Bakari from Belgium on lane 5. And Enzo Diesel from Austria in the black jersey in lane number 4. At the fastest time in the prelims, 13.38.
Of course, Bakari was also the runner-up to Diesel in the under-23 European Championship, so they're starting to form a little rivalry between the two of them.
No wind in St. Pölten. Clean start again from Bakari, who is leading at the moment. And so Diesel is keeping up the pace with him, and the Austrian, as of right now, is in the lead. Going for the final, Bakari is closer, but now the Austrian makes it through and wins by a time of 13.41.
I think you could put that down to a bit of a lucky win there for Diesel. Bakari had his measure for the whole way, but unfortunately made a big error on the penultimate hurdle and completely destroyed his momentum, and that is when Diesel came through and took the win. I actually thought there was even more movement at the start there than there was before, and it seemed that Enzo was perhaps even going backwards a little bit in his blocks and may have just slightly missed the start. In a race like this with caliber of athletes like Bakari next to him, if you just lose that little bit, it can cost you the race. But if we see this replay, you'll see that Bakari had his measure for the first 8 hurdles.
Let's look at it one more time. We're getting the official results to a 110-meter hurdles race. Belgium here clearly in the lead still.
This next hurdle here, watch his. Coming up now, he hits that one and it takes away his whole momentum, and that may have cost him the race.
May have even cost him the second place, cause to the left side of Diesel, also third placed runner.
Badouri Sayed from Egypt, the Egyptian record holder.
But still another professional win for Enzo Diesel for Austria, and also for Austrian fans, of course. Another pretty good time that he was setting. Either it's going to be 13.40 or 41 for official reasons. Just 200ths of a second, something like this, off to his prior time that he set in the heats. So he will stay after today, after June, in the top 10 at least. Maybe we'll change a little bit still, because we've got the Diamond League coming up tonight in Rome, starting at 9 p.m. Central European time.
Well, I think it was two consistent runs for Enzo. Maybe nothing outstanding time-wise, but as we mentioned, with no wind around, be running 13:30s or 13:40. Put a little bit of wind behind him, and it improves that little bit, and that's bringing him the times that he needs to be for the European Championships. So I'm not sure if we'd be overly happy with the performance, but I think he'd at least be satisfied with what went on today.
In Kürze einen Blick drauf. Jetzt aber die ganz offiziellen Ergebnisse von den 110 Meter Hürden der Männer. Zu diesem holt sich den Mittelsieg 13,40 Sekunden. Setzt sich ja durch gegen Eli Bakari. Der Belgier landet auf Rang 3, auf Rang 2 von 13,54.
5 athletes going sub 14 seconds in this race. Easily with 13:40. A little bit of tailwind by the way of 0.6 seconds.
Headwind still. Minus 0.6.
Exactly, sorry. Minus 0.6 meters per second. Performance of the day, maybe from the Portuguese athlete over the 400-meter hurdles women, Sofia Lavrishina, 54.48. She couldn't believe it.
No.
We couldn't believe it.
That's it. She's come from the slower of the two heats, 2-second personal best, and just qualified for the European Championships. Broke the stadium record just like that.
Welcome to Birmingham. It's going to be fantastic European Championships. Even though it might rain at some point, I think it's going to be a very sold out stadium all day.
It's in Birmingham, it has to rain.
There
we have, that's the finish of the second heat, where Anadali, again, she can't believe her time.
Hat damit auch die Basis gelegt für ihre erfolgreiche WM-Teilnahme im vergangenen Jahr in Tokio. Und sie ist natürlich auch schon für die EM heuer in Birmingham qualifiziert.
Well, and we got our first interview partner coming in around 5 minutes. Niklas Strohmeyer-Dangel, the winner of this race that we're currently seeing. It was the B race, but the A race he won will be here with us within the next few minutes. It was a race that we witnessed around 90 minutes ago. Men's 400-meter hurdles. Strong performance of the Austrian with a 49.43, the second fastest Austrian time we've witnessed, missing just by 0.1 second of the national record. And I think he knows that he should have the form, he's got the legs to break the record very soon.
You see, he was very happy with the race, and you see him. He gave the little bit of a so close symbol there. So, but he did it with a smile. So as you say, I think he knows that he has it within him.
Thank you very much also to the directors for giving us some of the replays. Within the breaks, in around 5 minutes, 100-meter hurdles will be coming up. Women's final. Athletics Portugal, especially the south of Portugal, is where, next to Lisbon as well, most of the athletic centers are located. Many European athletes go there in training between November and March. Albufeira, or for example, Monte Gordo, very famous places for staying for 2 or 3 weeks. Final results of the men's 110-meter hurdles. Enzo Diesel, back-to-back wins here at the Liese-Prokop-Memorial with 13.40 seconds. Eli Bakari from Belgium, 13.54. Youssef Badawi Sayed from Egypt in third, 13.55. And also we see here in the front rounds the last 3 jumps. The final of the final in the women's long jump is coming up within the next few minutes.
As I mentioned earlier, this final of the 100-meter hurdles for women, as we can see the starters on their screen at the moment. In the heats, we had 7 of the 8 athletes, all within 0.2 of a second. So potentially we will have a very, very close final.
And one error and you're out of the podium.
Exactly, as we just saw with the men's race. I mean, you have to clear, well, you don't have to clear, but it's your advantage to clear all 10 hurdles safely to maximize your speed, and one small mistake can cost you the race.
Das war der Fünf- und damit voller Fokus auf die Laufbahn. 100 Meter Hürdenfinale der Frauen. Wir begrüßen auf Bahn Nummer 1 aus
You can see the starters now preparing themselves mentally for this 100-meter hurdles final.
Wir begrüßen auf Bahn Nummer 7 aus der Schweiz die Silbermedaillengewinnerin der Universalen von
So we start out in lane number 8. You saw Daryl Dazi from Germany. Larissa Bertini from Switzerland will begin in 7th. Iga Gnagic from a Slovenian athlete. Very good heat run. Brittany Anderson, Jamaica, said probably the favorite for this race, but she's not going to have it her own way. 13:02 she ran in the heat. Rosina Schneider, 13:00 in her heat, so she was the fastest qualifier. Teresa Alena-Sinova from Czech Republic. She finished second in her heat. Karen Stramitz, the Austrian athlete, will start from lane number 2. Not very often we see Karen starting in the outside lanes in Austrian races. And rounding out the field, Selina von Jokowski from Switzerland.
Ein absolutes Weltklassefeld. 8 Frauen im Finale über die 100 Meter Hürde. Das ist the final, the women's 100 meters hurdles.
We can confirm that after this race we will have Liese-Prokop-Memorial with us here and answer a few questions and a quick interview from him. So we're set for the final of the women's 100-meter hurdles. It's a good start from all. Pretty close over the first few hurdles, but it looks like it is Anderson, but on her outside is Glenoja, just the same as in the heats. And it will be Nika Godnaric that will take the win from Brittany Anderson. And it looked like that Rosina Schneider was third, but that will be very close there. As you can see by Nika, who did win, she's very excited about that time. 12:88 is the automatic qualifying time. We have to wait for the official time, but it looks like that she was under that. 12:92 was her personal best. And we can confirm that she has run a personal best and achieved the automatic qualifier for Birmingham. Starting to become a qualification fest here in St. Pölten. We just wait for the actual full list of results to give you the minor placings. We can see that 12:76 is the official time. Still running into that slight headwind.
Clear new personal best and an automatic qualifier for the European Champs, but I just looked it up, the Slovenian records for women's 110-meter hurdles. It was not a new record, because this one is a pretty old one. 12.59. Brigitta Bukovec performed at the Olympic Games 1996, so 30 years ago in Atlanta. Fantastic time.
In the last few years, the women's 100-meter hurdles have just taken off. There's quality women running hurdles all around the world, just producing unbelievable times.
Just saying one more note, Brigitta Bukovec, because I did not know her in advance. With that time, she won a silver medal in Atlanta. Well, 1 minute to go, then we got an interview coming up with our Austria's winner of the day, Liese-Prokop-Memorial, in the 400-meter hurdles. Well, the women's long jump is going into the final, and we've got the hurdles done as well. Right before we're going into the 100-meter heats, we got Liese-Prokop-Memorial, Austria's 400-meter hurdler, as right now on the microphone. Well, Niklas, hello first of all.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Well, of course. You had a great race, the best race of your career so far, and it was your first appearance in the season of 49.43. Well, tell us a little bit about the race. How was it? How was the preparation to the race?
The preparation was pretty good. I changed my training group last year, so I have a new coach, new group. I'm doing well. I'm happy to open my season here in Austria at my home meet, and to open it with a PB is amazing. it's just great. And yeah, I think there's still some faster times to come.
Well, it's not only a PB, it's a time that sets you close to the European qualifying standard. Do you think this time is already sufficient for qualifying for Birmingham?
Oh, we will see, but definitely I'm in a good position for now. I will, of course, try to hold that level and even go maybe a bit faster. But yeah, I don't focus that much on the points or the qualification. I just focus on running fast times. Of course, the national record is not that far anymore, so yeah, just go a bit faster, and then the position and the qualification ranking will come.
Well, already 4 years ago at the European Championships in Munich 2022, you were competing, you were coming in very quickly, racing fast times, making it as a very young man to the European Championships. Then it was a little bit of a struggle over the last years, some great, some not so great performances, and now you're back on the very top. Over all the years, what has changed within you?
Yeah, I had not that easy time. After the Europeans in Munich, I changed the group for the first time to a new coach. It was a tough 2 years. I learned a lot, I improved a lot, and yeah, I think the final step I made last year to change to an absolute world-class group and coaches. So yeah, I'm just happy to be there. I'm happy to live that journey, and yeah, we'll see where the times go this season.
Well, can you explain us a little bit more? What's the big difference now working and training out of the Netherlands than to Austria? What's so much better maybe also?
Oh, it's just, of course, it's a world-class group. I train with the best, I learn from the best, and yeah, that's what I do. I'm just dedicated. I'm going step by step and try to do my best in every session, and then the good times will follow.
What's coming up next for you, next races, or was the plan just make a season opener and then we'll see?
Yeah, I have a quite busy June. I will compete at the national relay in Regensburg on the weekend on Sunday. We also try to qualify for Birmingham with the 4x4 relay, and then I have another start in Germany with the 400 hurdles. I will travel to the Balkan Championships 1 week after, and yeah, then we have a small training block in the beginning of July. I will be back in the Netherlands, and yeah, afterwards I have still some World Tour competitions, and of course the internationals at home in Austria. And yeah, in August the season high is hopefully the European Championships in Birmingham.
But since you've PR'd now, and I guess you might break that record in case there are better international meetings coming towards you, will you change your schedule a little bit? Will you update it?
Of course, I'm always open for some nice offers and nice competitions. That's what I do the sports for. I want to run with the best, compete with the best, and yeah, let's see what happens in the next few weeks.
So did you set yourself a goal before that season, a time or a certain performance at the championship?
Oh, it's always hard to say. Theoretically, I knew definitely I can go faster than last year, so a PB is possible. But yeah, it's a different thing if you have to do it in the race then, and not just on the paper. So yeah, the first PB is down, and we go for the next ones.
Yeah, well, we shall see. But once again, back to today's performance. In percentage, maybe, how pleased were you with today's performance?
Oh, 100%. I'm always happy with running a PB. I have to be always happy with running a PB. But of course, I know not everything was perfect in this race. Of course, the conditions were nice. But I think there are still also faster times possible. But for now, I'm really happy. I'm happy to run in front, to open my season in front of a home crowd in a home meeting, take the win. So it's a very nice day for me.
Well then, thank you very much for joining us here in the live coverage, Niklas Stromer-Dangl, and yeah, hopefully going for that Austrian record soon.
Thank you very much.
Going into the final of women's long jump. Yeah, maybe Niklas is bringing us the new Austrian record holder, Anja Tlau here as well, here to our commentary position. Women's long jump going into the final jumps as well. We are in round number 5 and the top 4 athletes are on the jump. Eni Dangelmeier from Germany, 6m17 so far. Moja Parti from Austria, 6.23. Petra Banhidi Farkas, 6.35. And Irina Budzinska, the Ukrainian champion, in the lead with 6.66.
So we'll just take you back to those results in the hurdles in an extremely fast race there. Nika Glodnerick did win with 12.76, just in front of Brittany Anderson with a 12.79 season's best. Larissa Pertegni from Switzerland, 12.84 personal best. Rosina Schneider, the German athlete, 12.87. Teresa Elena Sinova from Czech Republic, 12.92 in her personal best. Karen Stramitz, 13.05 season's best. Could only manage 6th place in this field. 13.05 and coming 6th at the Liese-Prokop-Memorial. Nobody would ever have predicted that, I don't think. Selena von Joukowski from Switzerland was in 7th with 13.12, and Daryl Nadasi from Germany, 13.24, with also a personal best. Not to forget, it was run into a slight headwind. So extremely high quality race there, that women's 100 meter final. Moya Badi having her 5th round attempt in this women long jump. Not quite sure that's an improvement on her 6.23 in the 3rd round. It's also been her only valid jump so far. And once again she overstepped. So she's only had the 1 valid jump, 6.23. It actually puts her back into 3rd place at the moment. Petra Panhidi Farkas went out to 6.42 in her 5th round. She's currently in 2nd.
Sollen die 3 hier bleiben, oder?
With 6.66 from her opening round.
Hearing the whistle in the background, because 100 meter women's heats are coming up. 3 heats to be very precise, and 3 full filled up heats. 3 times 8 ladies means 24 are competing in the heat 1, 2, and 3. Alma later. On lane 7 here, Lenka Vlachikova from the Slovak Republic, Mia Plačková from the Czech Republic. And then lane 5, we already do have Isabel Bosch here. At the moment, the fastest Austrian. Recently in Basel, Switzerland, clocked in 11.39 seconds, a new personal best for the athlete from Vorarlberg Lustenau. Rebecca Hasen right next to her, European champion in the women's 4x100 meters, world championship medalist, has been there for quite some time, the German. And coming back here, using Pölten, she's been here before. 10.95, by the way, her personal best. Christiane Griffner switching over from the long jump to the 100 meters. Maxima Krause from the team of ULC Riverside Modeling. Yali Pereira from another Austrian club here, Burgstall, to 12.38 this season. Well, the top 2 of each out of the 3 heats will directly qualify for the women's 100 meter final at 6.25. In total, it's going to be 8, so 6 by the rankings and the 2 fastest times. The rest 8 fastest times will go to the B finals, and there will be 2 100 meter finals run, but only the ones from the A final are the ones who can make it to the podium and win the meet at the very end. Stadium record, by the way, held by Karina Horn. 11.17 seconds. Rebecca Hase, race favorite in lane 4, 11.22 this season. Not so far off Isabel Posch from Austria, 11.39 on lane 5. A better start for the Austrian, but now Rebecca Hase, the German, is already in the lead. They do directly go to the final. Very strong performance of the German with a clear season best of 11.20. 11.18 we see here. Well, it was a good job by the German. Competing for the sprint team Wetzlar. And I'm sure she's more than happy about this performance. Here at the fast track of St. Pölten also. Isabel Posch was a little behind that, but I guess close to her personal best of 11.39. Maybe 11.40, 45, I guess in this direction she was going here. The first 100 meter appearance of the day. Of course, we do have a little bit of tailwind at the very moment, so for the 100 meter runners, it's a good thing to switch.
With a run like that, though, the stadium record could be under threat in the final.
If not already now, they were. Checking on it, we will know this in a second. If this already might have been the same time of the stadium record, 11.17. By Rebecca Hase. It's a victory ceremony of the men's 110 meter hurdles. Another win for Team Austria for Enzo Diesel. It's his second win here. Back-to-back wins in 2025, also 26. He wins 13.40 seconds. Left side you see the mayor of the city of St. Pölten, Matthias Stadler, is giving him flowers at the prize giving ceremony. Ali Bakari again here. Second place.
Angeführt von Enzo Diesel, eine Riese Applaus.
Well, as we're probably continuing in a few moments with heat number 2 in the women's 100 meter, let me tell you the results again, the official ones. 11.19 for Rebecca Hase and 11.41 for Isabel Posch. Very fast race, as you can see here now. The result chart: Mia Plachkova, personal best 11.68 seconds. Christiane Krivka, personal best 11.76 seconds. Time, wind, and date are set for fast 100 meter times, Dave.
Officially, there was 0.0 wind, so no assistance or no hindrance, so it's basically just them versus the clock, the athletes versus the clock. So very good run to be able to produce some personal best. And Christiane Krivka very quickly back to the long jump after running a personal best in the 100 meters there. That looked a bit labored. I think she knew too. There wasn't much left in her legs there for that jump. She's currently sitting in the hot seat, we'll call it, as the non-automatic qualifying person to make the final of the 100 meters.
Well, if you're just joining as of right now on the European Athletics channel or European Athletics on YouTube, thank you very much for watching the Liese-Prokop-Memorial on June 4th in the afternoon in St. Pölten, Austria. regional capital, located around 1 hour west side of Austria's capital of Vienna. And for the 18th time in a row, the Liese-Prokop-Memorial is hosted here in St. Pölten. By the way, name giving is Liese-Prokop, former Minister of Interior, but also an Olympic medalist in the 1968 Olympics. The pentathlon, back in the days it was, which became later on the women's heptathlon. Liese-Prokop in 1968 in Mexico City won a silver medal for Austria in that discipline. Her husband, by the way, Gunnar Prokop, is here today and watching the meet. Liese-Prokop unfortunately passed away already 20 years ago in 2006.
Das war bis zum zweiten von 3 Vorläufen. Über die 100 Meter bei einem Frauen. Auf Button Nummer 7 für die Union St. Pölten, eine starke junge Dame.
Here we go, heat number 2 in the women's 100 meters. Magdalena Lang on lane number 7 here from the local club of Union St. Pölten. Natalie Kuzinčnáčková of the Czech Republic. Emma Bendová in lane number 5 from NASA Athletic Bratislava from Slovakia, the national champion. Probably the race favorite, if not Karolina Manashova would have had already a race this season. A very fast Czech athlete with a personal best. She's not racing actually in lane number 4, but Monika Bajdetová is from the Slovak Republic in lane number 3. Isabella from the Union St. Pölten as well. Many of the local club here in St. Pölten, the Union St. Pölten, are racing today. Using that opportunity in St. Ragnar with the escape Bean on the inside lane of lane number 1.
Out of 3, the women's 100 meters.
Later on for the final, the 11.17 seconds stadium records, I think it can be broken. Today's favorite in the mid is here already off. In here Emma Bendová for Bratislava Athletics in 11.05. That is a surprising fast time that we're seeing here in St. Pölten. Not sure if she has really believed it already, Karolina Manashova.
This is Manashova. She has a PB of 11.11. Maybe she started, or there's a lane change from our start list, it looks like. But she did have a personal best of 11.11. Oh, now she's seen the clock.
She truly has not looked at the results board when she crossed that finish line, but 11.05.
It just looked like she was cruising through too. I don't think she pushed that last 10 meters.
The running style a little bit reminds me of.
Did you see that?
Just the gap is incredible.
Just ran across the line pretty easily at the end. So.
Well, I hope first of all that the wind was okay. There is tailwind going on right now, but should not be too much. I guess we've just witnessed a fantastic new stadium record here in St. Pölten and one of Europe's best performances of that season so far. I think it is actually a European lead in case we're getting results confirmed within the next few seconds. As of today's sign-up, Dosso from Italy clocked in 11.07 seconds on May 20th in Savona, Italy. Be the best time so far this European outdoor season. But it can change, of course, tonight at the World Athletics Diamond League in Rome. But still, we're not there yet. It's 5 09 in the afternoon in St. Pölten, Austria, and we've just witnessed a fantastic high-speed time in the women's 100 meter. Just waiting for a confirmation.
11:08.
Die das überhaupt erst ermöglicht machen. Und darüber hinaus noch, wenn ich da nach unten schaue, das Rote Kreuz, das mithilft, all die Freiwilligen, die mitarbeiten. Danke vielmals.
11:08, and it will be an official time because the wind was a 0.6 tailwind.
Well, then congratulations to Karolina Manasova, representing the Czech Republic. 11:08. First of all, to a direct qualification time for the European Athletics Championships, and for a fantastic new stadium record,
As well as a personal best for her. And as long as conditions stay the same, I think there is more to come.
and believe it or not, a new Czech national record by only 100 of a second. 11:08, you said, right?
11:08, yes.
And the former record of the Czech Republic was held by Jarmila Kratochvilova, performed on June 6th, 1981, 45 years ago.
Will that be the only record of hers broken this year?
I did not know this either. A 45-year-old record held by Jarmila Kratochvilova, the still 800-meter world record holder, was also the record holder of the Czech Republic for 45 years. Now Karolina Manasova just changed that with a mind-blowing performance live here in our coverage and live from the Liese-Prokop-Memorial, St. Pölten. Well, it's another national record that we just saw here, that we witnessed, and this fantastic performance. Things will be confirmed later on, hopefully. We shall see.
Is the results from the women's Weitsprung, the long jump there. Irina Budnyskanska with 6.66. That was her opening jump. Petra Banhidi Farkas come out to 6.63. So very close in the end. Moyabadi with 6.23, that personal best, as we mentioned earlier, came in third place.
Ja, der Weitsprung bei den Frauen ist in diesem Augenblick auch zu Ende gegangen. Es war einmal kräftig spannend.
Well, I'm still stunned about that. Time so far, clearly the best performance of the day, the second fastest time in Europe of the season, and a world-class time of 11:08, which puts her in the top 10 in the women's 100-meter list of this season as well. Later on there will be the final, of course, just to announce it, 6:25 women's B final and 6:30 women's A final in the 100 meters, because the wind will be pretty good. Once again, we might see a huge performance.
Well, we did think that the stadium record of 11.17 might be broken in the final. Now the stadium record of 11.08 could be broken in the final.
Fantastic performance of Karolina Manasova. Well, we have got another and a third and final 100 meter heat still coming up. Introducing the athletes from the outside lane number 8 to the inside lane number 1. Liese-Prokop from Aurstal Athletics 22, an Austrian club here on the outsides. We've got Mia Standfest, a club colleague of Enzo Diesel, and Karin Strametz in lane number 7, looking for season best that is faster than 12:46. Pavla Ničková from the Czech Republic, 11:79 in 2026, and Magdalena Lindner from Austria, last year's 100-meter national champion, 11.53 this season, trying to at least put this time down a little. Delia Farjapur from Slovakia, Bratislava, Jana Šafranová. Lane number 3, Alina Glasner from Upper Austria, 12.21 this year already. 16 years of age. Carolina Jesacher from Mödling. Lane number 1. Top 2 will immediately and directly advance to the women's final at 6:30. I guess it already must be very, very quick final. Conditions here in St. Pölten probably will not change. It was sunny in the very beginning of the meet. Now we have 23.5 degrees Celsius, cloudy, but a little sprinter friendly weather as of right now. We did not have this day at the very beginning of the meet.
No, I mean, unfortunately for the sprinters, the sun has gone away, so the conditions have slightly cooled, but they have the tailwind now, so it's looking very good for them to produce fast times, which we've already seen so far.
They know it. They have seen Manasheva's performance just a few moments ago. The Austrian Magdalena Lehntner in the middle on lane number 5. The Elia Falyapur on lane number 4. The Austrian easily makes it. I guess it's going to be a good time of her as well. It is. It's 11.43. A clear season best for Magdalena Lehntner here on home soil. It's a place she is practicing and has been practicing as well for years. And alongside with Isabel Posch, we got 2 top sprinters in Austria at the moment. They are also not only trying to make it individually to the European Championships, which they are not yet qualified for, but through the 4x100 meter relay. It's of course Austria's team goal as well to make it to Birmingham. It's quite something going on here with the sprint. Clearly, the track, even though the temperature is not high, but the track is still on fire. I mean, man's coming up within the next minutes.
Might be open to some interesting conversations from the competition directors of who has the fastest track in Austria. I think Eisenstadt likes to claim that they have the fastest track in Austria. St. Pölten definitely put in a claim for that now. If that time is confirmed, that's only 1/10 of Magdalena's personal best. So things are looking very good for the Austrian sprinters at the moment.
Which means, first of all, that both of the strong Austrians, Bosch and Lehntner, advance to the finals. Karolina Manasheva stays in the lead with a clear new personal best of 11.08 seconds, the second fastest time that we have seen in Europe so far, where we see the results of the third and final heat here again. The first two, Lehntner Falyapur immediately qualified. Kwasničková from the Czech Republic also advances to the finals. And once again, we just got confirmed here by our Austrian press affiliate, Mr. Gerd Frančić, who texted us that yes, 45 years ago, Jarmila Kratochvílová clocked in 11:09, which was the Czech national 100-meter record until moments ago when Karolina Manasheva went ahead of this time just with 0.0 hundredths of a second.
We shouldn't be too surprised though, because she is the current under-23 European champion. So she has been running quite well. Also the national champion, which she ran in 11:20, won the Czech championships last year. She's continued on that good form by breaking the national record.
Let's see what the final will give us. Here's once again to the women's long jump. Jinska from the Ukraine wins by quite a big margin, 6.66 meters.
Just 3 centimeters in the end it was. So they had a very good final attempt from the second place, so it was very close. And as I said, Maya Badi a personal best 6:23 for third.
Well, I hope Austrian Mida takes this up as well, the 11:08 seconds. the performance of the day so far, and a true world-class performance. Karolina Manashova's 11:08. The final is still to come once again. Women's 100-meter finals, 6:30 in the evening. Coming up within a few minutes, men's 100-meter heats, and women's javelin throw at 5:35, men's triple jump at 5:45. Let's not forget about one thing, our dear athletics friends. Diamond League Rome starting tonight at 9 p.m. It will be broadcasted at different stations until 11 p.m.
Big full day of athletics. What more could you ask for?
Ja, in den Augenblicken geht es auf der Laufbahn auch schon wieder weiter. Jetzt den Vorläufer mit den Männern über die 100 Meter. Davor noch ganz kurz ein Blick auf die gesammelten Zeiten. Vorläufe bei den Frauen, sensationelle Zeiten. Karolina Manasova 11:08 und Bestleistung als Vorlaufschnellste. Dahinter Rebecca Hase 11:19 und Isabel Bosch mit 11:41. Und ebenfalls im Abendhalle ist dabei Magdalena Lindner 11:43, so Bestleistung. Nathalie Kuschkanikova mit 11:55, Birgit Feierpui mit 11:66 und dann auch noch Pavla Kaschnikova und Mia Blakova mit 11:68 jeweils im Groß-A-Finale. Da ist dabei. Dahinter gibt es reihenweise Bestleistungen. Alle Live-Ergebnisse können Sie natürlich auch nachsehen. Auf der ÖLV-Homepage, auf dem Admin-Panel gibt es Live-Ergebnisse auch für Sie auf Ihren Endgeräten.
As we can see there, we have our men's triple jump athletes warming up. It'll be another great competition with two athletes jumping over 17 meters. Of course, we have the men's 100-meter heats. Be the same format as the women. 3 heats. The top 2 from each heat automatically qualifying through the A final, and then the next 2 fastest times, and then the next 8 fastest times. That will be in the B final. Let's start off in our first heat with lane 8, Niklas Voss from Austria. Gruff will start from lane 7. Also Austria, have quite a few Austrians in this heat, including Felix Krifka. And some very fast 200 meters in the indoor season. Lukas Pulnig had his breakout run here last year in the 100 meters, went on to be the national champion. Dominik Ilovsky from Hungary. Antonin Paracek from Czech Republic in lane 3. Lane 2 will be occupied by Julian Lishnik. And on the inside lane, Leopold Nguyen, another one of the Austrian athletes.
This is the first out of 3 heats of the men's 100 meters columns by Enfer.
Again, we'll be looking towards the middle lanes. Ilovsky from Hungary in that lime or the green outfit. with Lucas Pulnig on his outside. We're away here in the first heat of the men's 100 metres, and it is Ilnovsky and Pulnig, the two that we suggested on in the middle, and it will be Pulnig that got away that little bit in 10:46 unofficially. So that would be a season's best for Lucas. So it's a good start for the men's 100 metres. That'll be our two automatic qualifiers. Lucas Pulnig starting in lane 5. Dominik Ilovsky from Hungary is in lane 4. That is our first and second. Third and fourth places will now have to just wait and see which final they could qualify into with the times that they have run. Very clean start for everybody, as you see. Once they got up and running, it was the two quickest athletes from the middle lanes that took over. Felix Krifka there was in third place.
Very strong 200-meter runner.
It was quite a good indoor season.
Losing a little bit my focus because of the Grease music in the background.
Just want to get up and start dancing, hey?
Sorry for that. We're still waiting for some results. I can tell you in the second heat, though, we might have the race favorite of today with Elliot Jones from Great Britain coming in with the fastest personal best of 10:04.
Here we have the results up on our screen. Season's best for Lucas Pulnig, 10:46. Dominik Ilovsky, 10:52 just behind, and a personal best for Felix Krifka, 10:60.
Junior athletes will probably compete in the Under-20 World Championships because Austria is only sending the top 8 athletes, according to the top list in the world, to the championships of the Under-20 category to Eugene, Oregon, United States.
Der zweite Platz geht nach Jamaika. Saisonbestleistung 12:79. Second place representing Jamaica, Brittany Anderson.
Former World Championship medalist, I believe in Oregon 2022, Brittany Anderson, second place today here, with a huge PB as well, and some European standard for Birmingham. The Slovenian hurdler. Today at the Liese-Prokop-Memorial.
Sieger wird gut geführt von Stefan Bukovic von Inter, einer der Hauptsponsoren der niederösterreichischen Versicherung und von der Rhein und Hager, Präsident der niederösterreichischen Sportunion.
The stadium record in the women's 100-meter hurdle still stands, at least for another year, out by Alina Talay, 12.41 seconds.
We have a full list of athletes, so the whole 8 lanes will be used once again for the second heat of the men's 100 metres. A lot of the favourites in this race, as mentioned earlier, Elliot Jones from Great Britain, also Colby Hilton from the United States. win this race. There is Elliot Jones on the screen, doing a few final stretches before the race starts. He'll be starting from lane 4.
Nächster, zweiter Vorlauf, 100 Meter bei den Männern. Bist dabei, Aufbahn Nummer 8.
Starting out in lane 8, Emil Schwaniger from Austria.
Ja, ungefähr so.
Next to him, another Austrian, Klaus Grünbart. Lane number 6, Colby Hilton from the USA. From Hungary, Abel Takash will start lane number 5, next to perhaps the favourite of the event, Elliot Jones from Great Britain. Was the best of 10.04, which went 10.22 this season. Philip Wojciech from Czech Republic. Austrian in lane 2, Simon Georg Dietz. And rounding out the field in lane 9, Bulgarian.
Is the second out of 3 heats of the men's 100 meters.
As always in these seeded heats, the faster ones are in the middle. So they're the ones to watch for early on. So we're getting set for the second of 3 heats in the men's 100 meter sprint. It's from the inside, Magarian, Dietz, Wojciech, Jones, Takats, Hilton, Grünbart and Schwaniger. Set now. It's a fair start from everybody as we look to these middle lanes, and it is Jones that is running away from it at the moment with Hilton in second, and it will be Jones from Hilton, 10:13 unofficially. So that will be a season's best for Jones if that is confirmed. Well, it'll be very close to that 12:30 anyway, so it's definitely going to be a season's best. So good form shown by him. It's going to set up a classy final. Will be coming up later. Colby Hilton from USA is in second place. Probably be a season's best for him as well. We've got a 10:61 season's best.
10:14 ist so unfassbar schnell. Ist das ein Gold-Event oder Silber-Event?
So our starters for the women's javelin throw. As mentioned earlier, unfortunately, Victoria Hudson will not be competing.
But we do have Maria Vucinovic from Serbia within the competition. The only one with a PB of over 62 meters, 62.25 for the Serbian. And then we do have Ivona Glava-Stadic, Austrian heptathlete, who's also representing the city of St. Pölten and its club here, the Union St. Pölten. With her first appearance in the javelin this season, she's still looking out for maybe somehow making it to the European Championships, but needs of course a heptathlon first for this. A young athlete from Austria, Lisa Lexa, Leonie Zoe Haller representing Riverside Mödling with her 52.53 meters. This season she's already qualified for the Under-20 World Championships in Eugene, Oregon. Kathleen Walter from Germany, 54.12 meters this season. And 3 more to come. Mackenzie Milturek from Australia. Well, you can introduce her, Dave.
It's okay, you've done that. She'll be looking to improve her PB and go over the 60-meter mark for the first time.
And we then have, for the Club UCA, Daniela Mieko Nisura, an athlete from Brazil, getting close to the 60-meter mark this season already with 58.99, and Nicole Tabachkova from the Czech Republic, 59.29 meters. Well, unfortunately, only 8 instead of 9 athletes. The current European champion, Victoria Hudson from Austria, just yesterday, I believe it was, decided not to compete after a training session. Decided, alongside with her coach, that by the end of July there will be the first throws officially in the competition, since she's already qualified for the European Championships anyways.
Wettkampfbeginn. Erster Versuch, first attempt, Maria in Vorbereitung Ivona.
So, the Serbian will take the first throw of the event, as we will experience the third and last 100-meter heats within the next few seconds as well. A great opener, always good, but not directly needed. Only 8 athletes here, which means all of them will have 6 attempts in the women's javelin. We're having a look at the conditions. They are throwing into the same directions as the runners. The sprinters are running currently. There's a little bit of tailwind going on, which is not always the best for javelin throwers, as it does not carry the javelin far enough.
53.94. Ivona in Vorbereitung Lisa.
Here we go on with Ivona Glavastadic. The first Olympic appearance already back in 2012 in London, 14 years ago. The first javelin throw in a competition this season. There's a white flag, therefore a valid attempt. But as we could see from her emotions, not very happy with that first throw. 5 more to come. Well, 2 Austrian records holders sitting here right next to each other.
Markus Fuchs, the national record holder, and Marco Glintz, the under-18 record holder. Current sprint talent and the up-and-coming, maybe the future sprint talent from Austria. Very good heat coming up in this third and final heat of the men's 100 meters. Some very big names in European sprinting, as well as a few younger athletes.
So, dritter und letzter Vorlauf. 100 Meter der Männer.
So let's introduce the athletes out in lane.
Links dabei auf Bahn Nummer 8 für die DSG Wien, Oliver Poloha. Wir begrüßen auf Bahn Nummer 7 aus der Tschechischen Republik Tomasz Lisa. Auf Bahn Nummer 6 sind wir heuer schon Bestleistung gelaufen aus der Slowakei, Richard Makata. Wir freuen uns auf den ehemaligen Halb-Europameister aus der Slowakei auf Bahn Nummer 5, Jan Pölten.
Former European champion. again, Joko.
Auf Bahn Nummer 4 für die Union St. Pölten, der österreichische Rekordhalter. Hier
And
ist
here we
Markus
have
Fuchs.
the Australian record holder, Markus Fuchs.
Auf Bahn Nummer 3 ist dabei für die UVB Burgstall, der
As
österreichische
we mentioned, the under
Rekordhalter
18
Marco
Austrian
Linz.
record holder from this season in the 60 meters in indoors, 100 and 200 meters outdoors, Marco Glintz.
Stefan Packer.
Stefan Parker in lane number 2.
Und auf Bahn 1 ist dabei für den ULC-Zehnkampf Finn Hoffmann.
And in lane number 1, another one of the under 18 athletes in Finn Hoffmann.
Vorlauf für die 100 Meter der Männer. It's the last heats of the men's 100 meters.
Waiting to see now who can qualify into the final from our third and final heat in this men's 100 meter. I'm not sure where to look in this race as there's talent all round. We have Stefan Parker out in lane number 2 with a personal best of 10:51, having his first start for the season. The young Richard McCarter has also run 10:53 this season. He's out in lane 6. And of course there's the middle 3 lanes as well. Away and Volko has the fast start as expected, but Fuchs comes up on his inside, and it is Fuchs that will win from Volko and Nakata. That will be the top 3.
Well, it really looked like a super all-out run for Markus Fuchs, but still, he got a season best by around 11 hundredths of a second.
I think with the quality of that field, he couldn't afford to take it easy, or else he could have missed out on a spot in the final, so he basically had to give all. And I mean, why not? You have an hour's break, and if the conditions are favourable, it's a good chance to run a good time, as we've seen in the other races.
In the meantime, by the way, no big throws yet in the women's javelin. Marija Vucenovic, the first throw of the day. The Serbian is leading with 53.94 meters. Not too far behind was Marco Glintz in the white jersey. That might have been actually another new under-18 national record. He cannot be far off with this 2 meter or something that he was behind Markus Fuchs. Maybe a 250 something performance of the 17-year-old.
Der hat das eine Runde absolviert. Marija Vucenovic führt hier mit 52,94 Meter vor Katrin Malka 50,84 und Mackenzie.
Only a few moments we will know the full results of the 100 meters. Maybe with another happy news for Austrian fans. Some new under-18 records and nuts. Nicole Tabachkova in the meantime 56.26 meters in her first throw. Now we are already in round number 2 with an invalid throw of Marija Vucenovic, who is already thrown 53.94 meters. Ivona Glavastadic only 39.43 in the first rounds. Now in her second, it looks a little better, and it was way better than the first one.
So I can give you the update or the official times of the third race. It was Markus Fuchs who took out the win with E11.34 and a season's best. Richard Makata, the under-20 athlete, 12.38 with a personal best time. Jan Volko in 10.40. Marco Glintz did run a new national under-18 record with 10.49.
10.49 is a under-18 athlete, puts him actually in Europe's 5th position at the moment in the under-18 category. And we know the under-18 European Championships will be coming up in Rieti, Italy from the 16th to the 19th of July, with another chance maybe for Austria to make a medal. Maybe one day also in the triple jump, as Austria's top star Andy Kingley is competing tonight in the Diamond League in Rome. Here's the field that is competing today. Lorenz Weber from Austria, Milan Klosowski from Germany, Ivan Bulich from the Ukraine, Jakub Kunt from Czech Republic, Christian Napoles from Cuba, 1608 this season, but he has won international medals before. 17.40 meters is his personal best. Then we do have Eneko Carrascal, 27-year-old Spanish athletes, also with a PB over the 16-meter mark. Daniel Genderfe from Hungary just a few weeks ago with a 16.23 meters performance. Nikatir, Turkish athlete. I believe he is going to be the one that is the favorite in this field, alongside with the last jumper, who's wearing bib number 1 actually, Gor Ovakimyan from the Republic of Armenia, 22 years old, the Armenian, and 16.66 meters in the season. He has the same PB or season best as Nikatir, the Turkish athletes, and probably favorite in the field. Well, that means 2 technical disciplines going on at the moment here in St. Pölten. We've got coming up in around 3 minutes men's 800 meter 2 races. We've got coming up in around 15 minutes at 6:05 2 800 meter heats in the women's, and then both the sprint finals.
Conditions are still quite good for the 800 meter runners, so looking forward to these races and expecting some fast times.
Daniela Nishimura from Brazil, 48.02 with the first attempt. Now the second one almost hit the 50-meter mark. Probably gets a mark of 59.70.80 or something like this with her second attempt throw. Well, Jeff goes out very high at the beginning, but sometimes it has to fit also the way you throw, and where you throw it's according to the wind conditions. A final throw of round number 2 is from Nicole Dabachkova, the leader at the moment. Also very high, set it on, but also lets it fly. First one to go over the 60-meter mark in this javelin competition. A valid attempt from her, from the 28-year-old Czech athletes. 61.44. That is a new stadium record that was held until moments ago by Victoria Hudson with 59.81, and now we have another stadium record here at the meet in St. Pölten.
Very happy with that throw too.
And I'm not sure if this is Barbara Spadakova, the world record holder, that we just spotted here. our coach, Nicole Tabachkova. Actually, I'm pretty sure it is her. But not many with the cap have actually realized that we have an Olympic champion and a world record holder here in the stadium.
54,05.
It was a huge PB from her as well. Now we just got the confirmation of it. 61.44, not only a stadium record, but also a huge PB for Tabachkova from the Czech Republic.
60.80 was the automatic qualifying limit. So once again, another qualification achieved here at the Liese-Prokop-Memorial in St. Pölten.
And the more standards you get, of course, the more athletes, managers and coaches speak about the meet itself. So one more record, one more standard brings athletes automatically on the track next year.
Exactly. They know it's a good competition. It's well organized, well run. They can produce good times and good performances in the field events as well. So that's why they bring them here. So here we have the first of the men's 800 meters. Same from inside was Elias Pölten from Austria. Daniel Kahner will start from lane 2. Christian Feringer in lane 3. Now to lane 4 with Nicholas Scherb. Starting in lane number 5, Finn Raunig. All these first 5 athletes are Austrian, and on the outside we have a representative from the Czech Republic, Jakub Kaplan. He is the pacemaker in this men's B race. They're expected to go through the first lap between 53 and 54 seconds. So that will be the time that they are looking for in this race. See, he's taking up his pacemaking duties at the front of the fields, having a look behind to make sure the athletes are following him. Quick look at the watch to make sure he's on the right tempo. Being followed there by Elias Pölten and Daniel Kahner. So come through the first laps a little bit slower than expected. So over the 56 seconds there. But it's the same order, Pölten, Kaniga and then Scherb in third. Starting to make a move down the back straight. It is Nicholas Scherb coming from third place up to take the lead. We come down with 200 meters to go. Scherb from Pölten. Kahner hanging in there in third place. Last 100 meters and it is Scherb still holding on. Kahner putting in a bit of a fight to see if he can get up into second place. Pölten not giving up, but it will be Nicholas Scherb that will take the win. 1:55.72 unofficial. Elias Pölten held on to finish in second with Daniel Kahner in third place. Might be close to a personal best from Elias Pölten in second place. 1:57.07 was his previous best. So a good run from him. we see from the start the pacemaker, Jakob Kaplan, went out quite, I think, at the pace that he needed to, but the athletes just didn't quite go with him. So he had to slow down a bit to make sure that they were with him, and that meant the first lap was that little bit slower than anticipated, or that they were hoping to go through in.
Slightly windy conditions, but not too much to drop down some seconds. The 800 meter race into 2 laps. (61.44 meters for Czech Republic's Nicole Tabachková. It's a huge PB, a qualifier for the European Championships, and a new stadium record on top of that. And almost here from the Brazilian, the 50-meter mark, which has already thrown 50.33. Second place, Mackenzie Milcharek from Australia at the moment, 54.84, and Maria Vucenovic from Serbia, 54.05. So far, makes it the 3rd place and still the podium. Leonie Haller representing Austria in this competition, currently in 5th place with a performance of 51.47.
Tabakova was that one, so the 50-meter mark.
Well, there was the first 3 attempts already. Halfway through, we are in the women's javelin. Coming up next is the...
yes, I think you're right there.
Is it Barbara Spotakova, right?
Yes.
The javelin world record holder, live here, relaxed. Probably going to come back after a performance like this of her top athletes. Coming up in a few moments, 800-meter men, the A race, the quicker one, with also a very famous man from the Czech Republic. He is the 800-meter national record holder, Jakub Dudica, who last year at the Austria Golden Spike clocked in 144.48. And I guess he's also giving his season debut here in St. Pölten.
Well, he has run a 145.56. Oh, but not in St. Pölten, but this year. And I can tell, I'll just wait for the introductions first. Adam Marley from Czech Republic in lane number 1. Nicholas Kainrath from Austria will start in lane number 2. Athletes here are sub 150 runners. Jakub Dubica, as we said, favourite in this race, will start lane number 3. Also from the Czech Republic, we have Daniel Kotsiak, and sharing the lane with him is Vasil Wojciech from Ukraine. From Switzerland is in lane number 5, and sharing lane number 6, Matej Elias from Czech Republic and Vladislav Finchuk. With Matej Elias, the pacemaker, there on the outside. They're trying to run 144.5. The pacemaker has been told, or they've been trying to run a 51-second first lap with a 64-second 500 meters. So he'll go through to 500 meters, aiming to get the field through 144.5, which would be a qualifier for the European Championships.
Und mittendrin mit Niklas Keinratz, Österreichs aktuell bester 800-Meter-Läufer.
The pace is definitely on. You see the athletes all spread out in single file.
Perfect lineup actually for good times.
Exactly. So keep an eye on the top 51 seconds we're looking for. Judica in second place. The pacemaker starts to move out of the way now. They're right on 64 seconds there, so it's all set up for Jakob Judica to push this last 300 and try and get the automatic qualifier for the European Championship in Birmingham. 200 meters left now for Judica, the world under 20 champion. Down to the last 100, 131, he's there. Come on, Jakob, keep pushing on. Robin Oyster is making a big move to move into second place. They go across line 1:45.81. Very good run there. Not quite the qualifiers after, but a great run indeed.
And I believe of the Austrian, because we have a side view, of course, always at the Austrians here, Niklas Keinrad with another personal best, maybe even sub 1:48 minutes. Because he's a local hero here. He competes for the club in St. Pölten, is coached actually by the former mate director, Gottfried Lammerhuber. We shall see a few moments until we got the full results. And then coming up with the women's 800 meters as well.
I should be able to give you some results though from the first race, where Niklas Scherb did win in 1:55.71, and it was a personal best for Elias Pöltzel with 1:56.68, and his clubmate Daniel Kahner a season's best in 1:57.11. Was the top three from the first race. Another exciting 800s coming up next with the women's events, where we could have the possibility of a sub 2-minute run. Of course, the local Austrian athlete Carolina Bredlinger will be racing, and her training partner Vukovic from Croatia will also be in that race.
1:59.80 will be the time that they're trying to face. Also Carolina Bredlinger, not qualified yet for the European Championships, but in the ranking she is placed very good. Top 32 in the women's 800 will go there.
I think she is already qualified. I'd have to check that.
Dreisprung sind wir in den zweiten Durchgang gekommen. Bekannte Erde führt hier mit 16:01. Vor Daniel Zetnereffi, 15 Meter 60 und Eneko Karasai, 15 Meter 41. Das aktuell die Top 3 in der Dreisprung. Jetzt läuft es in Ergebnisse sogar auch schon da. Jakob Judica holt den Sieg, 1:45.82. Eine super Zeit für den jungen Tschechen. Dahinter Robin Oster, der Schweizer, läuft Saisonbestleistung 1:46.56.
The Australian throw, Mackenzie there, just over the 50 metres, so she wasn't happy with that, so she stepped over the line. Was her best throw of 54.87 in the third round. So we're ready now for this women's race.
And in the women's race we have two races actually. Rekka Buha We do have here in the inside lane Elena Trinks from Austria. Lane number 2. Lane number 3 for Clara Urban from Graz, Austria. National race actually it is. The B race in the women's 800 meter. Marie Glaser from the S5 Leichtathletik. And Ines Lamanik from Klagenfurt, both sharing lane number 4. Sarah Führer from the club of Continental Pölten. Lane 5. Nageta Strauser and Tabea Schmidt in lanes number 6.
The first of 2 heats of the women's 800 meters.
Now we got 2 laps coming up in the women's 800 meter race. Both times, of course, will then be put together once again, but in the very final, the second heat will be a really faster one. On the very outsides, Carla Strauser might do some pace here for this race.
Ja, starter
She'll
wieder auf
probably
diese
go for a time all of around 2:06, 2:07. He's trying to go out hard this way.
Can actually let you know the pacemaker is set for between 62 and 63 for 400 and about 117 to 118 for 500.
As of right now, the pacemaker's doing her job. And then we see on the side Sarah Führer from the Union St. Pölten. Also stepped up to be quite a good 800 meter racer in the last few years. 400 meters done, job perfectly made, around 63 seconds for the first 400 meters. And keeps on running for a little bit. As she sees the field is just directly behind her, as now 550 meters or something like this. Steps out, and Tabea Schmidt representing the ULC Riverside Mödling is taking over the lead here. Elena Trinks, the upper Austrian, tries to come up on the side here at the 600 meter mark, but has to get all the way in the extra meters alongside the curve.
200 Meter, schiebt noch einmal alles eng zusammen. Tabea Schmidt jetzt voran,
specialized usually in the 1500 and 3000 meter race. Has the strongest legs on the home straight. Still in the lead of 2 minutes of racing behind her. Pacemaker still in the race as well, but the end a clear win of Tabea Schmidt, clocking in a final time in the B race of 2:09.67.
Be a big personal best for Tabea. First time under the 210.
Well, already a big signature move of her, also towards the 800 meter race that is coming up in the women's field.
Definitely showed there towards the end of that race. Once she was challenged with about 200 meters to go, her strength, as you said, from her more 1500 or 3000 meter races showed out there, and she was able to pull away from the others in that last 100 meters.
54 Meter 05 und jetzt Leonie Soehaler, mittlere 5. Versuch.
Good battle for the minor placings. As they go across the line, it's basically 4 athletes almost together.
Katrin in Vorbereitung, Maria.
And then in a few moments we get a pretty strong field coming up in the women's 800 meter A race. Back to javelin. A attempt number 5, and the top 3 are still in here for this. As Katrin Walter is also still in the competition, but fell back after 3 attempts. Now she's in the 5th one. Cannot throw any further than her current best of 51.72. Stays in 5. Nishimura, 4th place at the moment, 52.12. Maria Vucenovic, 54.05 in 3rd, and Mackenzie Miljarek, the Australian, 54.87. And still Nicole Dabachkova with a huge PP and the standard for the European Championships of 60.144 in the lead.
You see that quite happens often in the throwing events, that when the throw is not up to their liking, they just step over the line and don't get the distance recorded.
We're gonna step back to the track, to the A race in the women's 800 meters. 2 sub-2-minute runners we do have, but from the inside to the outside, Teresa Uskova from the Czech Republic, 204.28 in the 2026 outdoor season for her. The 20-year-old Nina Vukovic, training mate of Austria's Karolina Redlinger, representing Croatia. 2:01 already in this outdoor season. And for the Austrian, who is coming into camera right now, she's in the 3rd lane. It's the season debut, her opener last year in Maribor, 1:58.95. Today she wants to go at least sub 2 minutes. For all the athletes, 1:59.80 is the direct qualification to Birmingham to the European Championships. French Sana Hamami is lane number 4, and probably Anita Hova is the strongest athlete indoors at the European Championships already, with a medal, a silver medal she got. 1:58.73 is her personal best, and Marcela Kuchanova from the Czech Republic. Lane 6 shared with Veronika Petraškova. Blue jersey shirt, the pacemaker in this race, set to stay in at least 500 meters and carrying the ladies to a sub 1:59.80.
58.8 is the target time for the first lap.
Well, here we shall see what will be going on. Bredlinger, the Austrian, in lane 3. Anita Horvath in lane number 5. A slight wind is going on, but temperature-wise, ideal conditions outside here. 23.5 degrees Celsius in the first 200 meters. Bredlinger in 3rd, Horvath in 4th place. The 2 race favorites right behind each other. 58.5. Sounds like a good time to me for going through the first 400 meters. It's a little dense to feel that same.
I mean, there's a few runners all around that 2 minutes 2:01, so it is getting a bit boxed up there.
Bredlinger, the Austrian, in the citrus yellow jersey. 3rd position at the moment for her, 57.58. A little over the time, I'd say, but just slightly over. At least the Austrian was wind blocked so far in the second check here. On the right-hand corner of lane number 1 in the lead. Now Anita Horvath, the Slovenian, as she's looking like she's not giving it all at the moment, as she wants to win the race only. Now the Austrian, Karolina Bredlinger, is taking over the lead, 550 meters, and Anita Horvath falling back here, the Slovenian. 600 meter mark around 1:29, 1:30. Quite lost some times in this 200 meter section, but still the Austrian is in the lead. 2nd place for her training mate Nina Vukovic, the Croatian. They are both fighting head to head at the home straight here at the Liese-Prokop-Memorial in St. Pölten. It's going to be a very close one. Bredlinger still though in the lead. Vukovic can come up, but not close enough. Rukanji, the Croatian, At the very last meters, it's the win for Edis Bredlinger. 2:01.40 in the 800 meters.
Einmal inoffiziell.
It's a win for the Austrian, a close one. A good season opener for her, even though I think she might not perfectly be satisfied with the time at the end.
That, as you mentioned, that third 200 is where they seem to lose that bit of time, and that is where they run into that slight headwind. So that could have been a little bit of the problem there.
But as I keep saying, sometimes it's nice just to win professional races.
Exactly. That, as you said, it was bunched up a little bit, and that's more a bit like championship running. It's not all about the time in championship. So to be able to have different situations in races that you can practice or at least experience, that when you get to these championships, you have some idea what is going on and what you can and can't do.
Also, Anita Horvath, the Slovenian, not a very good race of hers. Though she has a season best of 2:01, was not her race. Probably finishing up at around 2:04 or something like this. Clearly not a time and a place where she wants to be in. But for Vukovic, also a good race for the Croatian. They've worked together a lot in training camps, getting along very great to each other. Now supporting and fighting to that finish line until the very end. That was the women's 800 meters. Results coming up within a few moments. So it's time to switch over as well to men's triple jump.
Christian Naples in his third attempt is the current leader with 16:52, and that was also 16:52 in the third attempt. So second and third rounds both 16:52. Nikati Air is in second place with 16:01. They're the only two over the 16 meters in the triple jump. Another invalid attempt there in the women's javelin. This is coming to a conclusion. Two throwers left in the javelin. Back to the triple jump. Karaskal, who is in fourth place with 15:60. Unfortunately, that was an invalid jump. Three more athletes to go in this third round of the men's triple jump. Unfortunately, Lawrence Webber will be eliminated for that event, but he did jump a personal best of 14:93, so he will be pleased with that.
Ja, und damit kommen wir zur nächsten Siegerehrung. 800 Meter der Männer. Wir gratulieren zum dritten Platz in 1:47,18 aus der Ukraine. Third place representing Ukraine, Branislav Vinčuk. Der Zweiter Platz geht in die Schweiz, 1,46,56. Second place, representing the Swiss, Robin Oster. Und der Sieg geht in die Tschechische Republik, 1,45,82. First place, representing Czech Republic, Jakub Dulicha. Der Sieger wird durchgeführt von dem Vizepräsidenten des österreichischen Leichtathletikverbandes, Continental. Meine Damen und Herren, das sind die schnellsten Schubertleberläufer des heutigen Tages. Einen kräftigen Applaus!
Hovakiman. Currently in 5th position with 15.38, his only valid attempt. That came in the opening round. The last to jump in this 3rd round.
Women's javelin throw has ended just a few moments ago with a fantastic result of Nicole Dabachkova from the Czech Republic with a new personal best of 61.44 meters, including a new stadium record, and on top of that, a qualification standard for the European Championships in Birmingham. Well, therefore, technically, triple jump men's going on here at the moment. We've just finished both 800-meter events, men's and women's, at 6:25, so to speak, in 4 minutes. Both 100-meter finals will be coming up. Women's first with a B final, and then with the A final for the top 8 qualifiers from the heats. With this fantastic race of Karolina Manashova, a Czech Republic record of 11:08, breaking Jarmila Kratochvilova's national record set in 1981 just by 100 of a second. But also Germans, Rebecca Hase, 11:19, a season best for her, and Isabel Posch, the 3rd fastest and fastest Austrian with 11:41, Magdalena Lindner from Austria, 11:43. Plus the wind wave is still great out there. I tell you, we're going to see one fantastic performance still to come here. I don't know if it's going to be men's or women's, but I think more women.
We just have to be a little bit careful of the wind. The last few jumps in the men's triple jump, we've had a 1.9, a 1.6, a 2.1. So if we get a 2.1, then unfortunately the result won't stand as a record or as an official time for records or personal best, because it will be too much wind assisted, which of course is 2.0.
From lane 8 to lane 1 of the B finale of the women's 100 meters. Maxima Krasov from the ULC Riverside Mödling on the outside lane, number 8. All for 8, her personal best that she wants to go with in the next few weeks. Magdalena Lang, the Union St. Pölten, 11:97, went sub 12 seconds already this season. Sandra Agner from the DSG Vienna, 11:84. That's a very fast young runner, 18 years of age. Lena Kovačvičková from Slovakia, 11:80 this season. Christiane Krivka doing 2 events today. Twice the 100 meters now in the B finale, plus the long jump. 11:76. The time she wants to top. Monika Vajgertova fortunately only made it here to the B finale with her B of 11:41. Jana Šafraníková from the Czech Republic, 11:92 this season, and on the inside lane, Lisa Bernau also from the club of St. Pölten, 19 years of age. Her personal best is 12:00 for the first time maybe in her life. Chicana wants to go sub 12 seconds. The B finale with a mix of Austrian, Slovakian and Czech runners. Well, this race will determine a little bit wind-wise where performances can go, as it's a finale feeling, of course, for most of the athletes that are going into this race. It's not practice anymore, this is full race mode. For 100-meter dashes, we're going to see both B and both A finals here at the Liese-Prokop-Memorial in St. Pölten. Women go first. The B finale. We're set and done and go. Everything went out fine. Christiana Krivka went out fast, but Regatova also going very well here on her lane. Lena Kovichnikova, 11.70 seconds. Well, seemed like she at least offered herself a new season best. At least 10 hundredths of a second down from 11.80. Also going close to her personal best, which stands at 11.58. Nevertheless, faster even than in the heats. Also sends out the first signal to what might be coming up next. You know, David, I'm dreaming a little bit of a sub 11 seconds time. I know it's a huge dream, but we've both seen and witnessed the heat of Manasova.
I'm not going to disagree with you here. It's possible. I said I didn't think she quite ran through the line in her heat. Plus, she's going to have some extra people pushing her in the final. She won by quite a margin in the heat, so it could be possible.
The thing is, she will probably not have a direct opponent, which she didn't need actually in the heats. Rebecca Hase, that she can, like, I don't know, push herself for another 10 or 15 hundredths of a second. We shall see. Women's final, 100 meters coming up in a few moments. As soon as we get any details about the wind as well in the women's 100 meters, because I feel like it got a little more on the home straight.
Yeah, it seems to be just getting that little bit stronger all the time now. We started the day with that slight headwind, and it sort of dropped off, and it's turned to be this slight tailwind, and now it's gradually getting that little bit stronger.
There is something like an all-comers list. Let me look up very quickly what's maybe the fastest time that we have ever seen in Austria in a 100-meter race. Actually, in 1998, Marion Jones 10:84 in Linz, Austria at the Google meeting invitational. 5 ladies so far have gone 11 seconds or faster in Austria. Maya McCoy actually last year in Eisenstadt, United States.
Yes, that's right. I remember that one.
Die offiziellen Ergebnisse aus dem B-Finale Elektra Kovac-Kova. Gewinnt dieses B-Finale 11,70 Sekunden durch Christiane Krivka mit steuerlich starker Zeit 11,78 und Monika Maika-Kova mit 11,87. Das die Top 3 aus dem B-Finale.
Would not believe it, Uwe, but the wind in the B final was back to a headwind.
Well, let's see first of all that things will turn. But
Milan Klusowski having his 4th attempt. He's trying to improve on his 2nd round performance of 15-14. Fortunately for him, it was only 15.06 with a tailwind of 1.7. Ivan Bulik, 6th position with his 1st round attempt of 15.32. Needs to go 15.38 just to move up a position. Could be invalid. Close look at his foot here. Yes.
Well, the whistle was blowing for the women's 100-meter final at the Liese-Prokop-Memorial in St. Pölten. We saw rather fast times in the heats around 75 minutes ago. Now at 6:30 p.m. it's time for a very fast final, a hopeful fast final. Mia Liese-Prokop from the Czech Republic, lane number 8, 11:68 this season. Delia Farashpur from Bratislava, 22 years of age. Only 0.1 of a second behind her personal best this season, which stands at 11:42. And Isabel Posch had a very, very good heat, missing out just by a few hundredths of a second to her personal best of 11:39. Rebecca Hase with a season best of 11.19. She's the only one in the field that has ever run sub 11 seconds. A European, a world, and an Olympic medalist, the Germany's Karolina Manasheva, with an outstanding performance in the heat of 11.08 seconds, and a Czech record that has been held for 45 years by track legends Jarmila Kratochvilova. Now in her hands, Magdalena Lindner from the local club here of the Union St. Pölten wants to go for the podium, and of course wants to be the best Austrian of the day as well. Therefore it's going to be a very tight race for the podium, and also against her mates Isabel Posch. Natalie Kožušna-Ničková from the Czech Republic, 11:55 lane 2, and Pavla Vazničková from the Czech Republic as well on lane number 1. Fingers crossed here for another fast time for lane number 4, the race favorite Karolina Manasheva. Well, let's see if she can perform like this again, what she showed us in the heats, or if Rebecca Hase maybe can also get a little bit closer. The difference in time was 0.11 seconds only. Manasheva, the new Czech record holder, in lane number 4, and Hase, the German, in 5th. Both Austrians, Posch in 6th, and Lindner in lane number 3. There's absolute silence in the stadium. Manasheva not with the best start, but now it's her phase, and now she is flying maybe towards another big time. Hase is also here, but the Czech wins it in 11:01. Another huge national record by Karolina Manasheva.
Keep your eyes on the time for Elizabeth Posch. 3rd place, not far behind. Not far behind at all. This could be a good time for Isabel Posch as well.
The Austrian record, by the way, stands at 11.15 seconds, also for Hase in the 2nd place. Must have been a great time. A great season best for Isabel Posch. Getting closer to the direct qualification standard for Birmingham of 11.18 seconds.
Looking at the scoreboard there, waiting for the results to come up. We'll be able to tell by their reactions.
An incredible performance again of Manasova, even though at the very start she did not have first 5-6 steps so perfectly. She's got that in her, I think, going sub-11 this season.
This stage of the race, I thought Hasse was coming up next to her and was going to run past her.
But I tell you, it's very possible that we have just witnessed either a direct standard for Isabel Posch, 11.18, or maybe even a new national record of 11.15, which has been standing by Karin Mayer-Krivka since the year of 2003. It could not have been far off. Also, let's wait for the wind. It didn't seem like more than 2 meters per second out there. Because everything must have been fine there, but still in the background, time is working on that result. That actually takes a little bit of time here. So Manasova, yes, and we have a new national record of Austria. Isabel Posch, 11.10 seconds. That was absolutely incredible. Rebecca Haase, 11.04 season best, and Karolina Manasova, 11.01 with a wind of 0.9 seconds.
Look at fourth place as well.
Another personal best also for Magdalena Lindner, 11.28. We're open to tears. The second Austrian, the national record that we're seeing on that day after the women's 400-meter hurdles. 11.10. This is outstanding. This is also a time where you might make a final of a European sprint stage. This also makes me believe way more that Austria has a good chance to qualify and even make it to the final at the 4x100 meters.
Sensationell, es hat nicht getäuscht.
Manasova still 11.01. 2 national records within that one race and 3 personal bests. When times are fast like this, I can already say that next year many top athletes will be coming here. They know the track is fast. It's a very well organized meeting. Everything is already set, even though it's not over yet for 2027.
I mean, the thing is, you're going to have these two athletes on screen. Posch and Lindner most likely going to be here running again. So they know as well that the competition will be good. The Austrian athletes that are getting better and better are just drawing better international athletes to these Austrian competitions.
And all this actually in front of the eyes of the now former record holder of Karin Mayer-Krivka, who's been coaching her daughter here.
And son, he also ran a personal best in the 100. You will probably see him coming up now.
Record gone after 23 years.
So here we are starting in the B finale. We'll quickly go from where we are now. This is lane 4 with Marco Glintz. The under 18 national record he broke in the heats. Can he go faster as well? Klaus Grunbart will start from lane number 3. The man we just spoke about, Felix Priska, lane number 2. He's an under 20 athlete. Personal best 10.6. And Stefan Parker in lane number 1. 10.62 in his heat. The other ones that missed at the start, lane 5, Emil Schreiniger, lane 6, Thomas Lisak, lane 7, Abel Tarkac, and lane number 8, Antonin Paracek. So we're looking for around the 10.5 seconds for this race. It'll be a quite fast time for these athletes, so anything around there will be interesting. 10:49. Marco Glintz is the under-18 national record that the break in the heat just over an hour ago. So can he go faster? As we've seen from the women's race, the wind is favourable. The athletes are now set in this B final for the 100 metres. It's a good start from all, and it is Glintz in the white shirt in the middle, but it's next to him. Schwaniger has got the better of him. It looks like it's Emil Schwaniger, but then on the inside, it's Krivka. Felix Krivka in lane number 2 will take that out. We're looking at
historischen Akten Sportunion Liese-Prokop-Memorial 2026 hier in St. Pölten. Und das A-Finale über die 100 Meter powered by NV. Der Männer, das kommt ja noch.
We need to wait on results, but unofficially there from Felix Krivka. He just saw the national record be taken away from his mother. But now I think that he has just ran an under 20 national record for himself. So as one Krivka, or Mayer Krivka, is taken from the books, another Krivka has been added to the record books.
Seems like 300ths of a second faster than the previous Austrian under 20 record, plus a standard for the World Under 20 Championships. 10:50 it was. Let's see. We might make it there as well in the 100 and in the 200 meters.
Glintz was not far behind either, so maybe he could have reduced his under 18 record. Could have two junior national record in the one race there.
I would not have expected, Dave, that it would actually at the end of the day turn out to be a day of the sprinters still.
The start of the day didn't look like that with the wind conditions and the way things were going. Even with the heats, there was the women's heat was very fast, as you mentioned, but the finals have exceeded all expectations, and there we go. Felix Krivka, national under 20 record, 10:47. Schwaniger with a personal best 10:48, and Marco Glintz 10:51, just 2 100ths off his time he ran earlier. Fourth place, Thomas Litzak with a personal best 10:52. Then came season's best for Klaus Grumbart and Stefan Parker, 10:55 and 10:59 respectively.
The track truly is and was on fire and has to be hopefully for one more race coming up here at 10:47. Officially 100ths of a second faster than the previous record. The triple jump in the men's division still going on.
Even then, the 100 meters, the wind is not so strong. It was only 0.5 of a tailwind.
16:52 for Christian Napoles, the current leader in the triple jump. And they're also going into their last 4 jumps. That was just Gor Okavmian from Armenia. Not with the expected results so far in the triple jump.
So, und jetzt sind sie da, die offiziellen Zeitzeiten, B-Finale. Und ich habe es richtig im Kopf gehabt. Felix Krivka, Bestleistung 10:47.
11:01. Have a look at this one more time. Karolina Manashova twice pushing the Czech Republic 100-meter record down from 11:08 to 11:01. Rebecca Hase with fantastic 11:04 and a national record that was 23 years old. Now 11:10. Isabel Posch, fantastic performance. Also of Magdalena Lindner from Austria, 11:28, a new huge PB, Pavla Kavasnichkova, season best of 11:45, and also the 6th place, still sub 11.50 seconds. What a good idea it was also not to switch the sides at the
Exactly.
end, right?
Yes.
Got 2 jumps coming up here in the triple jump. First, Daniel Schindefri from Hungary and Nerkati until the competition will be done. And then the final of the men's 100 meters still on the track.
I think once again in this men's 100 meters, we'll have a little race within the race with the Austrians. Last year, with Markus Fuchs being injured, Lukas Pulnig came up with some surprising, to some people, some surprising results and became national champion with his 10:26 personal best last year. Now Markus Fuchs is back and looking to regain the mantle of Austria's #1 sprinter. Of course, we have Elliot Jones from Great Britain, Kobe Hilton from the United States that ran quite fast in the heats. The Austrians will be trying to match those international stars and take out this event. But just locally, it keeps this interest, this race within a race.
Finally, some new Austrian records and have been there for quarter of a century sometimes. We're still at the beginning of June, so maybe we'll see what's be coming up until European season.
Here we go. Here is the last track race for the Liese-Prokop-Memorial event, the men's 100 meter A final. Starting out in lane 8, Filip Vojacek in lane number 7. Dominik Ilvovsky from Hungary, our USA athlete. Lane number 6, Kobe Hilton, the first of the 2 Austrians in this final. The Austrian record holder with a personal best of 10:08, starting in lane number 5, Markus Fuchs. The fastest qualifier today, the fastest athlete in the field on best times with a best of 10:04 from Great Britain, Elliot Jones. Lane number 3 is the second of the Austrians in this final, Lukas Pulnig. The under 20 athlete from the Slovak Republic, Richard Machata, 10:38. He ran in his heat a personal best for, and rounding out the field, former European 60-meter champion coming from Slovakia, it is Jan Volko.
Meine Damen und Herren, einmal gestern A-Finale der Männer Powered bei MV 100 Meter. Das ist die A-Final, Men's 100 Meters.
So here we have the 8 athletes standing behind their blocks, full concentration. They get called to their marks for the final event of this edition of the Liese-Prokop-Memorial. Once again from inside, Volkov, Makata, Pulnig, Jones, Fuchs, Hilton, Ilovsky and Vojacek. We have Fuchs in lane 5. It's a clean start for everyone. Fuchs got out well. Jones stayed in the blocks that little bit, but now he's coming through. It's Jones in lane 4, flying there, and it's Jones that will take out the race from Fuchs. We are looking at the stadium record of 10:08. We could have another stadium record gone. 10:08 stadium record. Elliot Jones 10:04
What we came here
PB.
for. That's what we came here for.
You heard him. That's what he came here for. He came here to perform, to win, to run fast time, and that's exactly what he did. I think in a close finish, Markus Fuchs may have held on to second place. That would give him a season's best.
Und sich den Sieg hier in St. Pölten nach einer super Zeit.
Waiting for the result to be confirmed. Here is Markus Fuchs. Just before the start, I think he held on for second in quite a close finish for the minor placings. Elliot Jones was the clear winner though, running from lane number 4 in the red outfit.
Der zweite Platz geht nach Kroatien, 2:01:41. Second place, representing Croatia, Liese-Prokop-Memorial.
You could see Elliot Jones as he crossed the finish line. He saw the unofficial time on the clock and celebrated. He was very happy with his run.
And Caroline Bredlinger, by the way, wins once again for Austria here won the women's 800 meters. Well, they lost a little bit of time from 4 to 600, 650 meters, but in the end, I think wasn't in there much more. It was still clear, far off the 159.80 mark, but still, it's the season opener for the Austrian. We shall see when she is attacking the European qualifying mark next.
So we see the results of that triple jump with Christian Napoli's 16.52 winning that from the Cartier, 16.36, and Mikko Kratskal 15.82 the placings. In the 100 meters there, Elliot Jones just misses the stadium record, 10.09. So Markus Fuchs will keep that. Markus Fuchs 10.32 just beat Lukas Pulnig with 10.33, so only 1/100th of a second separating the two Austrians there, with also Kobe Hilton in 4th place with 10.33, and the young Slovakian athlete Richard Makata, another personal best with 10.34. Was our top 5 in that exciting 100-meter finale, the final of the 100 meters for the men at the 2026 edition of this Sport Union Liese-Prokop-Memorial.
Wie geht's jetzt für dich weiter? Was sind die nächsten Stationen? Was ist geplant? Alles gut dafür auf deinem Weg.
That will bring us to a close for our international viewers. This is the end of the Liese-Prokop-Memorial. So for those watching from European athletics, we will now finish off our broadcast. For the Austrian viewers or anyone else viewing through StreamStar, we will continue on the program with the Austrian 4x400 meter mixed relays. So any Austrian viewers wanting to watch the mixed relay Austrian Championships, we will continue with that program that will be brought to you in German. But for our international viewers, our English part of the program, the Liese-Prokop-Memorial, will now be finishing. So I thank you all for joining us and look forward to seeing you next time.